the last you seen was me welding this up, I guess. So now what we've done is we've turned round bar into claws. So we've got the claws made. The claws are steel. Well, the feet are steel. The claws are actually stainless steel. We've started the feathers, we've got the tail feathers started, we've got the wing feathers started, and today I actually made a big change by cutting this leg off and reshaping it. So the leg was a little too straight and didn't look like the pose that we were going for. When I talked to the customer, we had looked at a bunch of different images of hawks, and there was a certain pose that they wanted, which was a real linear, tall pose, and that's the height and the look that we're going for. But in the pose that they accepted or liked, this one leg was kind of more straight out and bent. We call it a Superman pose, so it needed changes, so I cut it off. You can see where the old weld was here. So I cut it all off, I reshaped the knee, I bent it more, and then I pitched the angle up. I'm happy with it now. It won't be getting cut off again. We're all finished. I just finished wrapping up the fabrication to seal that up again. And now we're ready to start on feathers. So we've got boxes and boxes of feathers that we've made, and they're all cut to size. There's a bunch of different sizes, and they're all ground, so there's no sharp sides. It's really important when you're doing a public sculpture that people like to touch. They like to feel, they want to walk up and they want to feel the points, and they want to just feel the texture of the metal. The boys have been grinding all these feathers for me. We have thousands of feathers. I've probably made too many of some and not enough of others. These will start going on here. They get bent and shaped and welded on, and each one, each one will get hand bent. So basically I just grab them, I hand bend them, like the shape, weld it on, weld the next ones on, and then here you can see how they transition in sizes. So, these will go on the front of the legs and they're a little smaller. These ones are a little longer, and these ones transition into the back of the leg. So the back of the leg gets a little fluffier here as it works into the tail feathers. And then there's bigger feathers here that blend the tail in. And these will come along to a certain point, and then they'll actually get bigger and start to blend into the tail. So when we're doing the neck, these work great for neck feathers. So you get layers and layers of these, and they're longer, and the long skinny feathers actually give you the illusion of longer feathers of a long neck, and it helps blend all the different aspects of the bird into each other. So different sizes for different areas and different shapes for different areas, and it gives it that kind of a more realistic look when it's all finished. So today I'm just doing the wingtips. I wanted to do something a little more flair, a little more artistic for the wings of this hawk that's going down to Arkansas. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to make these two look somewhat similar, but that's the shape of the wingtip. And as you can see, I put a bead roll in each one of these, and to give it some strength. And once it's on the frame and everything's welded, it should be pretty strong. You want it to be able to flex in the wind, but not bend right over and kink or break or anything like that. So that's the reason I do that. Sometimes on the backside, I'll actually stitch a piece of round bar in there, and it'll make it super strong. So on the big ones, if I think they're a little too floppy, and especially, you know, it's going to Arkansas, I think they have tornadoes, it's Tornado Alley down there. I'm gonna look into that a little more before I decide to do that, because I tend not to like doing that because it looks like something added on, and this looks cleaner when it's finished. So that's what we're doing. We're just trying to make this look as close to that as possible. And I just do it all by eye. It's just kind of move things around till it looks something like this, and then I'll tack one at a time. I'll move one each into position, and then hopefully I'll be able to get these clamped up and on the bird today before we call it a day. I think that's probably close enough. One of the things that helps is actually just taking a measurement. This is where the opening starts. So from that wingtip to the opening is roughly 23 inches. And I'll know by checking this one. This one's a little more bent. But I can look at this and go see the opening's only 20 inches. So if I open it up a little more, 22, open it up a little more, I'm close to 23 inches there. So then I know that I've opened it up as much as I've opened that one. And then I'll put a tack in to lock it down. And now that should have the same, roughly the same spacing that this one does. And I'll do the same for this one. I can't complain about that. That's awesome. Now I wanted this more forward, eh? Yeah, I think once those fill it in.
Do you want me to grab a couple of them?
And then I'll cut this off. I'll cut this off back here so you don't see that. I'm just wondering if I should come around with a pipe here just to support all of this. Just put a curve right here. Here, why don't we grab some clamps? I got the long clamps. Definitely more artistic at the top. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and tune in next time. There's lots of good stuff coming.